We can get it back, and we still have a lot of zest that we're proud of. The economy and other issues, including some of our own, of the product on the racetrack, we've had to work on to be more relevant, but we're confident that we can re-energize and continue to grow the sport. It's broad. It starts as a fan in the seat at Talladega right up to relationships with Fortune 500 companies, and that's why we tried to stress today that having a facility like Talladega in the community is something that you shouldn't take for granted, because it's a huge impact for the state of Alabama. It certainly is a huge impact for NASCAR to be able to come to Talladega to race. I don't think so. I think we're proud of our past. We're proud of our heritage. We're half a dozen years into our Hall of Fame to put that heritage on display, where we get the fact that our traditional audience expects the sport to be very similar to what they fell in love with. But at the same time, I think we are responsible and obligated to grow the sport and be very relevant and build the sport from here. Yeah, you know what we know about the team alliance, and they said it was for purchasing power and traveling expenses and those types of things. So we have great respect for the stakeholders' models, business models, as they've changed at racetracks and at race teams over the years. Our model is what it is, and we still have to make decisions, and we'll continue to do that we feel like is best for the sport. I think it started with the economy, particularly in the Southeast, but that's not a good crutch. I mean, that's something that we have to encourage folks who have gotten their legs back under them to give NASCAR a chance too. And I think the renovations that Talladega has done goes a long way to say, hey, this is a new modern facility now, and NASCAR will bring a very relevant product to Talladega to be a part of. Well, it's a major stop for us. It's 2 out of the 36 points races that we run, and such a tremendous facility. And we know every time we come to Talladega, it's going to be entertaining. The TV ratings are going to be strong. The fan participation is strong. So it's a really good example for NASCAR to make every time we come to Talladega to the public. Well, no, I think the Talladega events are strong. I think Talladega is a significant stop for us. As we mentioned, the entertainment factor at Talladega for NASCAR's product is very strong and very significant, and that's important for us. So I think Talladega has a place for NASCAR's schedule. I think we're working on things, the biggest of which is to use technology and innovation to be more relevant while maintaining our traditional passion. I think we can use the technology in the equipment at the racetrack to be more relevant to the fan that wants to be interactive with the sport. And I think those are the kind of things that we're working on, and that's what we'd like to see happen. An economical and a climate conditions that make sense. You know, we're challenged, and this year has been a year where we've been greatly challenged with the weather. And we can't fix all of those, because you never know when it's going to rain or when it's not. But there's also an effort to make best use of travel and avoiding other major entertainment events, either locally or nationally. And so we'll work on the schedule as we do every year, and we'll get it out here hopefully by early September. I think everybody's model is being under some changes, and what's really rewarding is the number of companies that want to be involved in the sport is strong, actually in some cases growing. Their position in the sport and where they fit in, there's more and more opportunities being made for that. But the encouraging part is that we see a lot of business activity wanting to be part of the sport in some way or some fashion. Well, I think there's we want to be relevant. Talladega wants to be relevant. When I was running Talladega and I left here, we only had 47,000 seats. The sport's grown. We've gone through a cycle. Now we're going through another cycle to get back to where we grow the sport. And I think Talladega's done a very nice job of trying to figure all that out, and we're very proud of them. I don't think I see it as a challenge. They're two different unique facilities. The IndyCar racing, the IMSA racing that NASCAR actually brings to Barber, the motorcycle, that I think strengthens the motorsports industry in this area. So I see them as a complement to each other. Talladega being very unique, but so Barber Motorsports is very unique as well. It's like in any other legacy, whether it's a governor or a politician or a parent. I think Dale Sr. and Talladega were synonymous in a lot of ways. I think the fan base of Talladega migrated to become a very strong fan of Dale Earnhardt Sr., so his legacy will always be connected to our sport. And his career did a lot to grow our sport, and maybe did a lot to grow Talladega's popularity because they were synonymous so much with each other.